Hello, I'm Dan Genovese. I'm the Director of Consulting at EnerCom. And today joining me is Adam Murry. He's the Vice President of Performance Products at WeldFit. Adam, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You bet. I want to kick off our conversation and just ask you what WeldFit solution does.
Sure. Yeah, so WeldFit's tagline, is making pipelines more productive. And we try and do that without compromising ESG objectives. So we have more than 50 years of, in business providing, safe, efficient, reliable hot tapping, plugging, methane reduction services that meet regulatory requirements. And then, we kind of lead the way in engineering, manufacturing of innovative pigging systems. So from, your standard pig launchers and receivers to sort of the state-of-the-art patented Sure Launch that we offer, which is a multi-pig, automated launching technology. We also do, high quality fittings, harp type slug catchers, extruded outlet headers and manifolds. So those are some of the products that we cover, sort of pipeline point A all the way to pipeline point B at the end.
Yeah, and WeldFit, you're going to be at the Oil and Gas Conference on Monday, August 16th. You're going to be presenting at 4 o'clock and available for one-on-ones. And you're going to be talking a lot about pipeline integrity, leak detection, and regulatory compliance. How do you help the industry solve the problem of leaks that just give everybody in the industry a black eye?
Sure. Well, those launchers and receivers I mentioned, those are really about the only place on the pipelines where humans interact with the pipelines. There are a few other places, but that's primarily where, you're opening the active pipeline, introducing pigs or removing pigs from the line. And therefore, there's a lot of risk there. There's a lot of safety factors built in there. And so by allowing companies to pig automatically and then also limit the people interaction with the pipeline, we're really able to keep the product in the line and then at the same time reduce safety factor by having people with less interaction, less time on the road, less miles on the road, less truck traffic, emissions from that sort of activity. But then our automated launchers also reduce emissions by opening the door of the pipeline by up to 86%, depending on what size launcher and receiver that you're using. So, you're really able to tie down your pigging program, keep the integrity of the lines optimal, and you're really able to track the product as it goes through your gathering system or your pipeline system, which in return makes everyone better, allows for more flow assurance, and just keeps the pipeline in tip-top shape.
Yeah, so just one of the keys is that avoided fugitive methane that is emitted if you're opening up and closing up the pipeline.
Yeah, so we offer a recap emissions reduction system. So we recognize that our launchers and receivers are larger than your standard single pig launcher and receiver, which actually makes it more economical to capture those emissions rather than blow them down, which is what you would typically do in the field. So because you really only have to go to that launcher and receiver once every 7 to 10 days or so, we have a mobile compression system that hooks up to the launcher, basically bypasses the mainline valve and re-injects the gas back into the active line while depressurizing the launcher, which again makes it safer for your operators to open up the pipeline, open up the launcher and receiver, and get those pigs out after it's been depressurized.
And what basins are you guys operating in right now?
We have launchers and receivers in pretty much every basin in North America, Canada, and the United States. Our emissions reduction services and pigging services are primarily in the Permian Basin, the DJ Basin, and the Bakken at this time.
Okay, and talk a little bit about the value proposition compared to competitors out there. What's different about WeldFit that the viewer needs to know?
Yeah, sure. Really what it comes down to is your operating expenses, right? Every time if you have a remote location, you're sending that operator out however far it's going to be to load a pig. They got to then drive to the end of the line, pick up that pig, and then sort of repeat that every time you need the pig. And in these wet gas basins, we have customers that pig, 4 to 6 times a day sometimes. And therefore they're doing a lot of truck time, a lot of windshield time, a lot of gas, a lot of miles, time on the road, safety factor here and there. So if we can include our automated launchers and receivers, which are multi-pig, 7 to 10 pigs, that makes your operators 7 to 10x more productive, right? They only have to go out there, however long in between launching 7 to 10 pigs is for you. You're reducing truck traffic, you're reducing interaction with the pipeline. So they sort of build on top of each other. And our design, which is a patented design, is fully horizontal. So there are some other automated launchers and receivers out there, but they tend to be vertical. And so your operators are climbing ladders or they're getting on platforms and things like that. Ours is completely horizontal, so it's very similar to what standard oil field equipment they're used to working on. So overall, safety factor, emissions reduction, operating expense reduction lead us to be the industry leader in this product for sure.
All right, how best to contact you if somebody wants to find out more information?
Yeah, definitely. Probably best to go to weldfit.com. It's a great website if you haven't visited it. Our marketing team does a great job of keeping our customers informed with our products and what we're doing. We're rolling out a lot of new innovative products, such as that recap emissions reduction system that I talked about. We also have a chat system on there, so they can actually chat with someone live on our website during regular business hours. Or you can email me, Murry@weldfit.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn at Adam Murry 99.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you joining us today, Adam. I want to remind everybody that you'll be presenting at the Oil and Gas Conference. That's live in Denver, Monday, August 16th, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. If you haven't registered yet for the conference, I want to encourage everybody to do that and make sure you come. And this is certainly one of the first times that the industry is getting together since we had the lockdown. So I know that there's a lot of people excited and get a chance to meet with Adam and talk a little bit more about WeldFit. Adam, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing everybody.